Six Flags Over Georgia is an amusement park located in Austell, Georgia, and it's home to a wide variety of roller coasters and attractions. Today on Stormy Coasters, I'm going to review this amusement park, telling you what I enjoyed, what I didn't like about the park, and whether or not you should come all the way out to Georgia to visit this amusement park. Jumping right in, Six Flags Over Georgia has multiple roller coasters, 11 to be exact, and this year in 2023, they're getting one more, which is going to make it 12. Starting from the front of the park and making our way to the back, Twisted Cyclone is the ride we're going to start with. This ride is an RMC hybrid roller coaster, one of the smaller ones and shorter. However, this ride hauls through the little layout. It feels so fast. This is my favorite coaster at the park, as it is also extremely compact. The elements are taking at such a fast pace, and it is insane. The first drop is especially amazing. This is the first RMC hybrid coaster I've ridden. Not the first RMC, but the first RMC hybrid, as Storm Chaser was my first RMC, and that's not a hybrid. Goliath is a 200-foot tall B&M hyper roller coaster, and it was alright. Not the best in the world, but that might be because I rode it in the middle row. The first drop was fine, and it has some pretty cool floater airtime. This was the first ever hyper coaster I've ridden. Georgia Scorcher is another B&M roller coaster in the park, and it's most enthusiasts' favorite stand-up roller coaster. This is the only stand-up coaster that most enthusiasts say that they like, and it's the only stand-up coaster that I've ridden, so the first one. I found it to be surprisingly enjoyable, despite the things that other coaster enthusiasts have said about other stand-up coasters. Enthusiasts often say that this one is good because it isn't too tall or too intense, so the forces don't push the restraint of the ride to an uncomfortable point. Daredevil Dive is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, and it was another first of mine. The first ever Gerstlauer Eurofighter I've ridden. It was fun, but I got stabled. It has multiple inversions, a tunnel, and I also should mention that it's my first beyond vertical drop coaster I've ridden as well. Six Flags Over Georgia has a whole lot of firsts for me. Pretty much everything I rode was a first. Riddler Mindbender was the first Schwarzkopf looping roller coaster I've ever ridden. It was rough, brutal. I didn't really like it, but the first drop and loops were pretty fun. Batman the Ride was the first ever B&M inverted roller coaster I've ridden. It was fun and very intense. Pretty smooth as well. I haven't ridden any other clones, but this one introduced me to the B&M inverts. Dahlonega Mine Train was the first ever aerodynamics mine train I've ridden. It was pretty rough. It had a few fun moments, but it was mostly pretty rough. Superman Ultimate Flight was the first ever flying coaster I've ridden, and it was amazing. The pretzel loop was my favorite part, and it was so intense. That's the most butterflies I've ever felt at once on a roller coaster. Boy, was that ride fun. Again, every ride that I rode there was a first for me somehow. Their Sky Coaster was my first Sky Coaster. Justice League Battle for Metropolis was the first ever shooting dark ride I've ridden. DC Supervillain Swing was the first ever chain swing I've ridden, and I actually just realized that whenever I was writing the script. It was also the first ever Six Flags park I'd been to. I should also mention that I didn't ride Blue Hawk nor Great America Scream Machine or Joker Funhouse Coaster because they were either closed or I've heard terrible things about them and didn't want to ride them. Throughout the park, there are multiple flat rides. They include Acrophobia, a Drop Tower, Daffy Duck Bucket, Blasters, Golden Racer Go-Karts, Hanson Cars, Harley Quinn Wild World, Log Jamboree, Monster Mansion, Pandemonium, Riverview Carousel, Skyscreamer, Superman Tower of Power, which is another drop tower at the park, but launched and a lot smaller. Not a frog hopper though. There's also Thunder River, Up, Up, and Away. Kentucky Kingdom has a ride like that. It has the exact name, so I think that it might just be a Six Flags thing. Anyways, Wonder Woman Flight School and Yosemite Sam Wacky Wagons. I do recall that there used to be a sky ride at the park. However, I couldn't find it on the map. And the reason is because they permanently removed the ride. The only transportation around the park now is a train ride, which drops you off or picks you up from the front and the back, so you can get around the park a bit quicker, especially if you're a slow walker. A lot of people say that Six Flags parks are generally dirty, and have a lot of advertising everywhere. However, I don't remember any of it whenever I went in 2018. And the park was very beautiful with multiple plants, and the paths were pretty clean. I know Georgia Scorcher looked a little bit run down, but they've since repainted the ride from a yellow to red. They haven't updated the map yet, so people might get confused around that area. Other than Twisted Cyclone and maybe Justice League Battle for Metropolis, the park really struggles with theming. Yes, they each have the logo, but they really don't have any theming except those two rides. This park has some cool shows, mostly Looney Tunes characters. I didn't watch much of it, so I'm not sure how it was. We were kind of on a time cramp, as we only had one day to do everything. Even though we had the Flash Pass, it didn't save too much time. Alrighty, so now let's talk about the ticket prices for Six Flags Over Georgia. Six Flags Over Georgia's one-day ticket prices are $35, so not too expensive, especially because they've got quite a lot of rides and attractions. The 2023 Gold Pass is about $8 per month, and by the end of the year it'll cost you about $50 in total. This will give you access to the park until the Fright Fest and Holiday in the Park events. Six Flags Over Georgia's Diamond Pass is at sale for $50, and it's normally $65 for the whole year. This includes admission into the park all year, including Holiday in the Park and Fright Fest, and it also includes admission into the water park. If you want to get admission into every Six Flags park for free, I'd recommend getting the Diamondback, or the Diamond Pass, as it's only $125 after the total payment, so it would be worth it if you went to at least 3 parks. The add-ons to the one-day ticket include the Flash Pass Regular, which costs $45. This doesn't save you any time, however, you don't have to wait in the standard queue line. Instead, you have a watch that tells you when to be at the park, or when to be at the ride you want to ride. You can get a lot of footage this way. The Flash Pass Gold saves you 50% of the queue line experience, so it can save quite a bit of time. This works similarly to the regular one, but it just cuts off half the time. This is $65. The Flash Pass Diamond saves you 90% of time, and I've already explained both the other passes, so I really don't have to explain this one again. This one's $115. The one-day dining deal will get you one meal, a snack, and a beverage. It's $25. The one-day dining deal plus bottle will get you what I just said, plus unlimited free drinks. This one costs $40. If you have passes to the park, no matter what time, you can get an unlimited gold Flash Pass for $199. Again, this saves about 50% of the queue line. As long as you visit at least 4 times per year, this one will be worth it. The Diamond one costs $399, and again, this one saves about 90% of the queue line. So assuming you use it at least 4 times, it'll save you money. About $45 money if you do 4 times. A one-meal dining pass is $110, and you can get 1 free meal at the park every time you visit. Assuming that you visit this park at least 5 times in the year, you'll save money. The 2-meal dining pass is $150, and this allows you to get 2 meals in the day. The seasonal drink bottle will get you an unlimited drink refills for the whole year, and this is a $35 add-on. It really depends on how many drinks you get per visit, but assuming you get around 1 to 2 drinks per hour and visit at least 2 or 3 times in the year, you can probably save quite a bit. This park has some really cool merchandise, so you can return home with your favorite shirt, hoodie, etc. I believe they also have nano coasters as well. And it will look amazing. This park has some pretty good operations, so you shouldn't have to worry about that too much. I should mention that on certain rides, specifically Twisted Cyclone, they have to pull down the lap bar for you, and you may not pull it down yourself. So that's a little bit stupid. I feel like Six Flags should fix that policy, if they want to save a bit of time for Twisted Cyclone. But, anyways, that's about it for the review of Six Flags Over Georgia. I believe I covered everything. Some other parts in the area are Fun Spot Atlanta, which is getting a new for 2023 Ground Up RMC, which looks amazing. So it would be cool to make a mini road trip with these two parks. Also, I definitely recommend coming to Six Flags Over Georgia because it is an amazing park. The staff are really good, or at least whenever I went, the lines for food got a little bit long, but they were alright. Anyways, that's going to complete this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to this channel as it can really help me out. And consider liking this video to get more people. I hope you found this video informing. If there's any information that you think I missed, make sure to tell me in the comments. Anyways, that's it, y'all. Have an amazing rest of your day.